Education Elite is a program where we converse about programs, projects, and people within the Lee County school systems, where we invite teachers and employees from the Lee County school systems to come and socialize with us about certain topics. Hello and welcome to Education Elite. I am here with James Guffey, recently received the Golden Apple Award. What inspired you to be a teacher?
Well, I had a lot of really important teachers in my life growing up. In a lot of ways they really saved me. They changed the way I looked at the world, and there was something that I aspired to be.
If we walked into your classroom, what would we see?
You may be shocked. My classroom looks like a workshop, an educational workshop. It's noisy, it's loud. There's a variety of all sorts of materials all over the place in various states of development. And for me, my classroom isn't a place where kids just sit on their bottoms and do worksheets. I'm not into that. Our time is too valuable to kill another tree. Mm-hmm. So I believe in rolling up the sleeves and getting knee deep, neck deep in whatever it is you're studying. Okay. And hey, good luck in all of your endeavors.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to Education Elite. I am Tori Golnell and I'm here with Paula Sizemore, who is a 2011 Golden Apple teacher. Pleasant to have you.
Thank you.
How does it feel to be a Golden Apple teacher?
It feels really awesome. To sum it up, I'm very shocked that I was given this honor, and it is really cool to be associated with the other Golden Apple teachers of 2011. They're amazing people, and all of the finalists are so talented and have so much to give, and just to be associated with teachers in this community is a privilege, and this is just icing on the cake. But I feel really blessed and honored, because it's, when you work hard at something and then you get recognized, it's neat, and so I'm very thankful. It's a very exciting time.
And Ms. Sizemore, what do you love about teaching?
I think that, like I said before, I loved being a student. I would call myself a lifelong learner. And every chance I get, if I could, I teach philosophy as well as psychology, but if I could just learn and read books and talk to people all day, I would. And essentially, as a teacher, that's what I do. I do a lot of reading, we do a lot of discussing, and I think that the neatest thing about being a teacher is that I'm constantly discovering new things. And even sometimes, just even like today at school, new questions that I've never even thought of that come up in a student's mind that they ask in my class, and all of a sudden I'm driving home and there's brand new things to think about, and the world looks a little bit different. And so I feel like I get the same, if not a better advantage, being in my classroom learning from my students than they even do from me. So that's, I think, the neatest part.
Okay, and do you have a memorable moment about teaching?
Well, I would say some of my most memorable moments are when we do experiments in my class. We do brain labs on oranges, and we do neural squeeze chains, and we play with sidewalk chalk. And there's a lot of experiments that I do where I blindfold students, not in a scary way, but we blindfold them to mimic split brain surgery or classical conditioning or all sorts of things. And I think the best moments for me as a teacher is when after a class, or when the bell rings and everyone can't believe that it's time to go, and even I just wish it could go on forever. It doesn't feel anything like a job, and I get the feeling that for the kids, they're excited to be there, and I think that's overall the coolest thing for me.
That sounds really neat.
Yeah.
I would love to be your student.
Yeah, I would love you to be my student.
We have a couple questions from students from other schools.
Oh, this should be fun.
So we should go see them. Since you won the Golden Apple, do you feel relief from the pressure of being a finalist from Riverdale High School?
Yeah, I didn't find a lot of pressure in the whole process. The foundation does a wonderful job of coming in and doing their observations. And, we have a lot of visitors in my school and in my classroom. And so it wasn't stressful for me to have our observers come in. They came in, they were quiet, they spent their time, and then they were gone. So I didn't feel a lot of pressure in the whole process.
How do you encourage students who aren't getting it?
That's a very good question. I think confidence is a very, very, very big deal for students of all ages. And there's different subjects where some people feel more confident than others. For math, for me, during different stages in my life, I felt like I wasn't very good at it. And sometimes, if you ask a question and you feel silly for asking it, then you never want to ask a question again. And for me as a teacher, that's the last thing I would ever want would be for a student to feel as though, they can't ask a question for risk of feeling silly or embarrassed. And so I try and instill confidence in those students and understand that even if just a little bit of progress, and even if they're not getting something, if they're trying, that's half the battle. There's a quote that says, 80% of success is showing up. And sometimes you just have to give something, a try.